My brother went down to a pawn shop and bought me a secondhand guitar. So the first thing I did was take it apart. I'd been working on guitars since I was a kid. The first fret dressing I did was when I was about 13. So kind of like a songwriter, you have to do what you think works, and hopefully some people will enjoy it, and the ones that don't, you can't worry about. And so far it's paid off, because the guys that are playing my guitars really like them. So it's fascinating, and it's never a dull moment. You know, we always say the best thing about the shop is the customers, because A, we wouldn't be here without them, and B, they're interesting. I try to make as much of the guitar here as possible, including pickup rings, jack plates, you know, everything I can possibly make, so that when the guitar's done, 90% of it's been made right here in Las Vegas, and then the other 10% we get from other USA-owned small businesses. The building customers, we always tell them that it's going to take 4 or 6 months for a custom guitar, because we have to squeeze it in between all the other things, and sometimes they get very impatient. But the thing that is important to stress here is I don't buy necks and bodies, and I don't have a computer-aided router. I do everything by hand, so it takes a lot of time. Repairing guitars is much harder than making them, because when you repair, you have to repair every imaginable kind of instrument, from a bouzouki to a guitarone, to, you know, and they all present different issues, different problems, and different skills. Working on vintage guitars is tedious, time-consuming, exacting work, and it's stressful, because you're working on somebody's baby. If you make a mistake on somebody's 1947 Gibson Les Paul, you can't replace it. If you screw up one of your guitars that you're building, you can throw whatever you screw up in the wood pile and start over. I do a lot of Fender guitar work here. It's probably more common than any other, because we're a gold shop, and we're the only custom shop, certified repair shop in Utah or Nevada. And we're the only gold shop here in Las Vegas. So, needless to say, the lion's share of our business is Fender. I felt like I wasn't getting the respect, because the builders are the guys people really look up to. So I thought, well, I better start building some guitars. So I started building, and one of the first guitars I built, I sold to President Carter's son, Jack Carter. And I have a picture of him on my Facebook page with holding his guitar. And he loved it. And Jack ended up taking me to a Johnny Winter concert, and I thought, man, this is perks and everything, you know. So I better start building guitars. And I found out I really enjoy it. It's fun, lots of fun, you know. This is a great town for being a guitar repairman, because of the contrast of players here. You have everything from a bluegrass player to a hardcore fusion player. A guitar teacher here in town called me yesterday, and he can't be without his guitar for so long, so we're going to fix it for him in 3 days. You know, we do make exceptions for professionals and people that are using their instrument to make a living, and we always try to put them first if we can. You know, for example, Bruce Rickard's instruments all have to be ready in 2 weeks. Here's one of his show guitars. This one's going to be refretted, because see, he plays this every night, and so these frets are worn out. They need to be replaced. And he always gives me detailed, as I told you, detailed orders. He writes everything down for me, so I feel jazzed that he's happy with my work. There's not a heck of a lot of money in this, so it's a labor of love for sure. Look back on my life, and I guess I was always meant to do this. It took me forever to figure that out, it seems, but I can't imagine myself doing anything else, so I feel real lucky.